So make sure you guys stay through the rest of the call. So we're super pumped. I don't want to take too much away from Aiden. I want to make sure you guys can be here for him and he can get all the time that's slotted for him. He's going to drop some gems. I'm super excited, my boy Aiden. And hey, guys, please take a note. Go to Paint Your Path podcast. We both co-host it. We would love if you guys can go in there. We drop so much value for free in there. My boy Aiden, thank you so much for being here. Take away. Do what you got to do, my man.
Dude, I appreciate you having me. A lot of familiar faces, which is awesome. But if anybody doesn't know me, my name is Aiden Smith, and I own a coaching program and a painting business. And yesterday, if you were here, Nick, Brad, Peach, they talked about a lot of good sales stuff, overarching, I would say like full A to Z. I'm going to just really dial in on one thing, and that's the pre-qualification. So it's going to be a done for you system. Take pictures, take screenshots, steal it for your own business. Just here to drop value for your guys and let's have fun. All right. Share my screen. Everybody can see this? Perfect. Guys, I just want to let you know, well, I want to make sure you guys are with me. Can we drop like P's in the chat? Get everybody pumped up real quick. Let's get some P's in the chat for Paint Pro. Let's go. All right, guys. Pre-sale, setting yourself up for success. What happens is a lot of contractors, they go on appointments and they set themselves up for failure, right? Because they go and they don't do much vetting, right? A lead comes in, it seems like it's in their area. I'm going to go quote the job and see what happens. And then their closing ratio is 25, 30%, right? So we're trying to get that up. And one of the things you got to really work on is your pre-sale. So not just about what questions, but we're going to get to that. But overall, what can you do to set yourself up for success before you get to that sales appointment, which obviously is our bread and butter to sell jobs in the painting business. So that's what I'm going to help you guys out with today. But first things first, we got to make the main thing the main thing. Family drives everything I do. I'm grateful to have a job that's semi-remote, right? So I can be around for my son and my wife and my lovely dog who gives me hugs every time I walk in the door. It's freaking amazing. And God is always first as well. To the right, that's my first ever pastor, one that I connected with and really showed me the way. To the left, very special man to me, that's my man Joran. He's my brother-in-law, and he really introduced me into God, and it changed my life. So super grateful to have him. If you have anybody like that in your corner, in your family, have a conversation with them and just open the door, because God has changed my life. I don't want to help that for you as well. All right. So who am I? We took this picture out at PaintCon. Shout out to Lucas. But I'm a painting business owner. I've worked for largest painting company in the nation. CertaPro as a production manager. Painting company is called Smith & Co. Painting out here in Orlando, Florida. This will be our first full year in business, so we're excited about what the future has to come. Coached over 150 painting business owners so far since launching my coaching agency. And there's a couple good faces in here watching right now that we've worked with. So thank you for joining. And then I'm a podcast host. Joel kind of touched on it, Paint Your Path podcast. We have fire guests on. You know, Peach was on, Nick Kelly, Alex Corral, right? I was just on a call with him. He got me all pumped up. But we try and bring value to you guys so you can see how people have evolved in the industry and how painting businesses have changed their lives. And that's why we're all here, right? And here's a little snippet of people that I've worked with, people that are in my coaching, et cetera, et cetera. And just want to quickly touch on a little bit of our impact. This is my boy Cam right here. He joined the coaching. He's in Pennsylvania. And I just want to read verbatim a review he gave us just a month ago. So investing in yourself is priceless. No dollar amount can truly capture its value. Aiden and the community are with you every step of the way, helping you see possibilities you may never have considered. My gratitude for his program is beyond words. In just 90 days, I went from feeling broken, burned out, and defeated to being enlightened and excited for the future ahead. This is what makes what me and Joel do matter, right? This is why we do it. This is why we come and grind every single day to give the best value possible so we can change lives. That's why I want to share that with you guys. And right below that, he shot a text basically saying he's having a record number of estimates and any suggestions on how to manage the workflow. So that was pretty cool. My goals for this presentation is to, number one, improve the quality of your leads. Like I said, I want to set you up for success when you're going on your appointments and really raise that closing ratio. So help you implement a pre-qual system, increase your average job size, and identify red flags. I call it red flag energy. So sometimes you just get that feeling like, I don't know about this customer. And I'm going to show you how you can empower your admin through actual scripts that she can deal with these on the fly, which is going to be pretty cool. So let's start at the beginning. The customer's journey, right? So before they even reach out to you, they're going to be looking at certain stuff, whether it be your website, maybe you're having Facebook ads or Google ads ran, but they're going to find you somehow. But we're going to call our customer Mrs. Smith. And of course, she's going to be scrolling through. She's going to see the Paint Pro shorts and reels. She's going to be locked into that. Nah, I'm kidding. Now, first, we want to show them that we are the real deal, right? Because if we can have as high standard marketing as possible, what is that going to do? That's going to weed out the price shoppers, right? Because I'm not going to reach out to a customer that's super high end or a company that's super high end and think that they're going to give me a low price, right? We want to weed them out from the beginning. So again, these are guys in the coaching, and you can see how to the nines we do our marketing, right? Got my boy Damien in here, right? Also works with Joel. Even for my own website, right? Like quality, transparency, customer care, like you're paying for that extra service and that above service, right? So we already know that when you're calling us, you're not going to be getting the lowest price. So you might as well just swipe right past me. That's what we're trying to do before they call. Does anybody disagree with that, right? We're trying to keep it super elevated and high-end marketing. Cool. We want to disqualify price shoppers, all right? So when Mrs. Smith calls, all right, and she decides, hey, I want to go with Smith & Co. Painting and call this company, you have 5 minutes to get to that lead, all right? That's part of the pre-sale, right? Like we want to get to them as fast as we possibly can. Like there are studies, and this has been said before, but if you don't get to your client within 5 minutes, the chances of them going with you go down like 300%. Because if we look the part and we get to the phone as quickly as possible, now we are the real deal, right? Perception is reality, and now we're actually following through on our promise, all right? Because I know a lot of people have ChatGPT written all over the website about how they're best, most trusted, quality, transparent company in the world, but then they ghost their customers, don't answer for another day or two. That is not following through on your promises. So this is how most contractors pre-qual, all right? And it's a quick phone call. It probably lasts a minute. You know, maybe you build some rapport. But for the most part, it's, hey, Mrs. Smith, how you doing? Thanks for reaching out. First off, where are you located, right? Can I even service you? Are you in the area? What are you looking to have done interior, exterior painting? And cool, you check all my boxes. I'll see you Wednesday morning. Does anybody do this? If you do this, can you just drop a yes in the chat or something?
Yes,
And
we
just be
started
honest,
doing that.
guys.
Yeah, we started doing that, and I'm telling you, you are developing a relationship even before you show up to the client's house. It is, I swear, like you have told me so many times, Angie from Forward Media Marketing told me like, Mirna, start doing this. And honestly, I completely stopped doing estimates for 2 weeks. I'm all in the office taking Chris is out there, be like, Mira, here's the information, 2x2, whatever room, send the information. And being like, there's a lot of people that don't like to provide an estimate on site. It's like, those customers don't get pressured. But I already won the job by even calling them.
Hey, Myrna,
Yeah.
I love you. That's an amazing comment. Let's just wait to the end. I'm going to
Oh,
give you
okay, I'm
some
sorry.
time. You're all good. Nah, that was good, though. It's all good. But this is how most contractors pre-qual, right? It's a simple conversation, right? Here are the big misses, right? There's no discovery, all right? We don't know exactly what they need done, right? They could have just told us, yeah, I just need interior painting or a room done. There's more that we got to discover because what if we don't have, what if they don't meet our minimum job size? We're going to get to that, all right? Limited rapport built, right? What should they expect during the appointment? Like, what are next steps, right? What should they expect going forward? Are they going to hear from us? Do they get confirmation? What does it look like on the appointment? How did they hear about you? So we know what works in our marketing. And we didn't set up the close, All right, everybody knows you got to pre-close. All right, and we'll get to that. I want to shine some light on my team because we're not like most contractors. We actually answer our phones very quickly, and we hawk our leads to make sure that our marketing companies aren't coming at us for not calling the leads, right? So bottom left is Annie. She is my admin, my virtual assistant, and she is a killer. She follows our scripts. She's on it. She calls 2 times, double taps in the morning, double taps in the afternoon, 2 texts and an email to every single lead. That's mandatory. You got to do that 5 days straight. 5 days straight, and then we let DripJobs automation take it. All right, after that, we do like a re-engagement campaign. I'm not going to get to all that, but just know that we have somebody going after it. All right, so if you're a sole operator and doing estimates, you're not getting back within the hour, you have to maybe outsource it. All right. Dean, she does the pre-qualification for my Paint Pro coaching. All right, she makes sure that if anybody's not filling out their questionnaires or whatever the case may be, she's on it, hawking them with emails. And then Erica, she helps us with a lot of the high-end marketing. So right here, this thing with Cam right here, she made that. All right, because we want to make sure all our clients are set up for success as far as marketing. So if they need anything, she's there cooking it up. She's the best. She's my first ever VA. She's the best. Your team should get the prospect excited. Nothing's worse than calling a company, having high hopes and thinking, oh my gosh, yes, they finally are going to solve my problems. And then you get some lousy guy that doesn't have any energy on the phone. That makes you mad from the beginning. Right from the beginning, you're setting bad expectation and you're not getting off to a good start. That's why we're all smiling. All right, it's got to be good energy. You got to love what you do. You got to be on it, especially if you're a customer. You are solving a problem. It's an emotional connection. So I'll take you through a little bit of a role play, and that'll kind of be a lot of what we're going to talk about and how we actually handle certain situations. So like I said, take screenshots, do whatever you got to do if you feel necessary. Another thing, Erica made this email signature. How good would a personal touch be if somebody's reaching out and you can see them, they look professional, the brand's there, and this is the email you get because you didn't answer the phone. And she goes, hey, just check it in, just seeing if you're looking to get on the schedule. Saw you had an estimate request. Would anybody benefit from having an email signature to try and build more rapport and build more professionalism with your client? That's something you guys should hop on for sure. We do it for everybody on our team, not just me. So, hi, Mrs. Smith. Thank you so much for reaching out. Thank you so much. We appreciate your business. You're not just a number to us. We value you. You're a life we want to change, right? That's what we're saying. We're saying thank you. You got to pre-frame what you're about to get into, because I don't want this to just be a minute phone call and you can hang up. I want you to be engaged, and I want you to show me you're interested in work with us. Hey, I just want to go over a few brief questions to prepare for your appointment. Just give me a minute or two. Just go over a few questions. You're setting the tone early, right? Number one, but you're also showing them that you have processes and standards. This isn't just, oh, I'm going to just drive by and give you an estimate. There's a process to what we do, right? And when people start falling out of the process, that's when you start to get disqualified as a lead. So here are the pre-qual questions that we go through. First off, we confirm your contact information, right? We want to make sure everything is crossed, dotted I's. Do they have any gate codes, right? That's important for us out in Florida. You got to think about what contact information do you need to confirm for your customer. Good thing is most of us get leads through our CRM, so most of that's there. All you're doing is just confirming it, all right? How did you find us? I want to know how you found out about us so we can invest more money into that and know that that marketing is actually working. That data is important. Our guys get a commission when it comes to door hangers as well. So I need to know, did you come from a door hanger? Because I have to pay somebody and then maybe invest more into that. All right. Can you tell us exactly what you're looking to get done? This is probably the stiffest question we ask, but it's important because if they just say, yeah, I just need a bedroom done. Well, how big's the bedroom? I don't ask that, but I say, just tell me a little bit about the bedroom, just so I know. Because if they just say walls, small bedroom, there's something we say aside from that. But I need to know exactly what you need done. What made you want to get this project done? This is more just building rapport and seeing if I can put any notes for the sales rep, right? Can I set them up? Maybe you can talk to those points when you're on the sale. And then is there a specific timeline? Can we even get it done in the time frame you're looking for? Because there are people, you know, they'll be like, I need this done next week. And it's like, well, that's not how it works, right? So you just got to make sure that they actually qualify for the lead, because imagine trying to show up to a job and give them an estimate and they're like, oh, you can't get it done next week? Oh, there's no reason for you to come here. That would be tragic. All right. Everybody got this? All good? Cool. You want to keep it casual and friendly, even though it does seem like we rattle off a bunch of questions. There are times where they'll tell us what made them want to get this done when we ask this question. So usually takes about 3.5 minutes for this phone call. Nothing crazy. Keep it casual and friendly. And then next, what should they expect on the appointment? You basically want to set them up for success going forward, right? What can they expect? So Annie will explain to them. So just to let you know, you want to set aside 45 minutes to an hour for the estimate, right? You want to give them an ample amount of time so they know it's just not a 15-minute ordeal. We're going to sit down, right? Our team will conduct the site inspection and go over our processes and the proposal all on site. I'm going to give you a price while I'm there. All right? And I'm going to conduct a site inspection. So this is important because it kind of raises the urgency and lets them know we're a level ahead of most guys. Like, we're actually going to inspect the full property. And then when I'm there, there's certain stuff we do in our sales walkthrough. I think Brad kind of showed you the zoom ups and stuff and kind of the walkthrough explanations. But that's what we mean when we say that. But we're not going to go in all the detail. We're just giving them an overall idea. And if you're not setting the time frame for your client for how long they should be there, you're actually causing an inconvenience sometimes for them, because they may think, oh, it's just a 20-minute ordeal. So they may be having other plans, right? They may have other contractors coming in. Now you guys are butting heads. They're getting frustrated with you because you didn't set them up for what to expect. All right? Everybody with me all right so far? Cool. I ain't going to make you drop P's again. Get ahead of the decision-making objection. Nobody wants to battle objections on the sale, guys. We want to get ahead of that, and you can do that on the pre-qual call. So one question we do, there's one more coming, but before that, we say, hey, is there anyone else you'd want at the appointment so we can address their needs as well? This isn't, oh, we want both the decision makers there, or make sure your wife or husband's there. We kind of don't want to get like too stiff with it. It's just like, hey, just to make sure everybody's there that needs to be in on it, we want to address their needs as well, make sure we talk to them. Because I want to make sure both husband and wife are there, right? So we can get ahead, like I said, of that decision-making objection. And if they say, oh, no, it'll just be me. Okay, well, find a date and time that works for all you guys, right? Simply ask you a simple question about finding a date that works for all you guys. Then you pre-close. This is the fun part. To be honest, we don't ask, oh, if we are, check all the boxes, will you go with us that day? We just, I don't know. I don't feel that it matters if they say yes or no, because up to this point, we've pretty much did a good job at setting the tone that here's all the things we do. We're going to provide the price. If you're reaching out to us, you already expect high standards and probably a higher price. So what we do is we give them a same-day scheduling discount. All right. Lastly, if you decide to move forward with us at your appointment, we do provide a same-day scheduling discount, 5%. So it's a 5K project. You're looking at $250. That's worth it, right? So this is kind of like a ticket for them. Like, hey, we do provide a same-day scheduling discount. Basically, like, make sure you ask about it. Like, remember that. Because if you're like looking to move forward and I'm on the sale and you mention that, I know you're in. Like, that's a done deal. So this is an easy way, especially in slow season, to book up the calendar a little better. Same day scheduling discount, 5%. Really helps out with the schedule. And there's things we do on our sales process that complement this and kind of make sense of it all. Like, again, they see that as like a 5% coupon. Common red flags. Oh, it's just a few shutters, right? It's a small project, just some exterior painting, a few shutters. That's why we ask exactly, right? What if we showed up and we didn't know this was coming? We'd be sick. So we implement a job size minimum. Mrs. Smith, I do want to let you know that we do have a job size minimum for exteriors. It's $1,000. Is there anything else you'd like to add to this project? Unless they're the most ornate shutters in the world and you're in California and they're super custom. Because that is the case sometimes with those guys. And then adding something else allows them to think like, we don't not want your project, right? It's not saying you're too small. It's just more, hey, is there anything else you want us to look at? Just give us something else to look at and maybe we can get to that 1,000. But at least now they know they have to spend a certain amount. I've had guys just say, oh, okay, let me get back to you. And then they don't call back. But you know that's a good lead, right? Or it's a good disqualified lead. So you can feel confident that just wasn't a good customer for you. I won't be home, but you can just swing by and take a look. The old drive-by estimate. I'm not going to call out if anybody does this, but I know some of you guys do this. And that's okay. That's why we're here. If you're doing them, it can't happen. The chance of you getting that job is less than 1%. Mrs. Smith, it's really important that we have you there. That way we can cover everything clearly and make sure all your questions are answered. Very simple. We want to go over everything with you. And we want to answer all your questions. We want to be on the same page. Very simple. Most of this is super friendly. It's super casual. It's not like we're not raising or like, any negativity. It's pretty straightforward. You have to follow our processes. And you also want to empower your admin, right? I've had guys that we've worked out a deal where if the set rate was above 50%, they give 1% of total sales to the admin as a bonus. Because it's so important what they do, that they go through a strong process to set the sales reps up for success. And that added bonus actually gives them that more fire to make friends with them, to really kind of ramp up what they do and improve their communication with the customers. And if there's too many red flags, don't be afraid to pass on leads or provide a virtual estimate. I've been providing a lot of virtual estimates lately. And that's, for me, exteriors. I can kind of pull them off just with Google Earth and whatnot and production rates. But if I throw an estimate out there to somebody that's giving me red flag energy and we land it, I wasn't going to get that lead anyway. So it's a gimme, Don't be afraid to pass on leads, guys. Not every customer is your customer. And if you're interested in more done for you systems, I had to plug myself. That just is what it is. I'm giving 25% off our school, our Paint Pro Coaching Elite. That's my actual coaching program that my real clients get access to. We're providing 25% off the annual membership. So if you're interested, DM me on IG at Paint Pro Aiden. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys. And I'm open to questions. I think we got 5 minutes.
Yeah, we got time, guys. Drop some fire emojis on there. Gosh. And man, just Aiden, thank you so much, brother. Like, if you guys have quick questions, we got 4 minutes with Aiden left over. If you want to hop on real fast, remember, we want to be respectful for the next speaker, but he's giving you 4 minutes to ask him any quick questions if you'd like. If not, stay on the chat with Aiden, right? Like, be on the chat with Aiden. He's going to help you guys out with that. Any questions, but look at that. Look at all that love you're getting in there, brother. Woo! I know people got questions on VAs. They have questions on your process, how things are looking. That's important.
And if anybody wants me to go back to a slide so they can look at it, just let me know.
Yeah, 100%.
Where do you find VAs that work out? I've seen so many have to turn over since they aren't local. Can you explain that, Sam? Do you mind? Is he allowed to unmute?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, basically, like you can either find an admin local, which is tough to find, or hire a VA, which then usually is like someone in a foreign country, which comes with an accent, things like that, where it's just there's a bit more friction on those calls because they can't pick up on those like cultural social cues in just words, right? So how do you find like a really good VA and how do you train them up to be like fit for your area?
Yes. So obviously we have like scripts and already, videos kind of ready for them. So it's easier for me. But like if you go on Upwork or there's another one called Hubstaff, I believe it is, and you put out an ad basically looking to recruit a VA and specifically spell out that you're looking for a Spanish speaking, like a Spanish accent speaking VA, You'll find one. Usually, if they're from anywhere else, the accent is too harsh, and for whatever reason, Americans just can't align with other people's deep accents unless it's Spanish, because they're so used to it, right? It's kind of like the second most populated people here. Yeah. So we'll see like VAs between $7 and $9 an hour work out perfectly fine. Mine's $7 an hour.
I have a question, Aiden.
Sure.
Okay. So, like I said, I officially stopped doing my estimates for 2 weeks. Chris, we trained him. He still gets a little nervous with the customers, but stuff like that. And then he's like, "Hey, Mirna, here's the estimates uploaded on Company Cam." So my estimates are actually being sent out sometimes either that same day or the next day.
Mhm.
And honestly, let's say I get 10 leads out of Nextdoor, probably 9 of them have closed. Even though I'm going to start getting like more busy, and because we already work for like 7 building design companies, do you still recommend me to get a VA even though I'm doing most of the computer work at now?
I would, just because you can delegate it out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you want to focus on kind of the high level aspects of your business that you could pay somebody kind of a nominal amount to be able to carry out these tasks for you? I would just take some time to put those systems together. So when you do hire that person, find that candidate, and take that time, right? So you're not rushing it. They're already set up for success, and you have a better, chance of it working out.
Thank you.
Love that.
Uh,
Hey guys, Aiden, will you be sticking around on the chat
yeah,
for everybody?
for sure.
Guys, I only work with people I trust. I have Aiden on here. People always ask us, like, how are you both in the same field, coaches, and feel comfortable with it? It's called integrity, guys. When you trust someone so much that you know they're guiding someone, they're on the same mission, it doesn't matter in the same field. It's not competition. It's actually helping each other out and helping the industry. You guys have to understand this, that we're not in competition. Aiden and I see that we're on a mission to help people. So the more people you have in your team, the more you guys can win. So guys, understand, like, I've already gotten like text messages. They're like, "Dude, you got Aiden on here." That's the reality, right?
My boy, bro.
Yeah, like that's reality, guys. Like, we're helping each other out. We have different strengths, and combining us together, you have a superpower, right? So like Aiden has something that I don't have. Like, I know that, and I'm always pushing people like, "Hey, that's Aiden right there. Go check out Aiden." So guys, I know you got value tonight. He just offered you 25% off. Go take care of it. Like, literally, just it's a no-brainer, right? So I have to push you a little bit, right, Aiden? Because like,
Yeah,
dude, I
bro.
truly
Appreciate it.
trust you, man. Everyone that comes back to me, they're like, "Aiden took good care of me." That's why we do what we do, man. So God bless you, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Fire
bro.
presentation, bro.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.